The phrase short pleasure brings long-term pain is a timeless adage that carries profound wisdom about the consequences of impulsive decisions and indulgence in temporary pleasures. It highlights the inherent trade-off between immediate gratification and long-term well-being, urging individuals to think carefully about their choices. This principle is relevant across multiple domains of life, including physical health, financial stability, relationships, career growth, and emotional fulfillment. In this essay, I will explore the deeper meanings and implications of this phrase, dissect its psychological and philosophical underpinnings, and provide real-world examples that illustrate how succumbing to short-term desires can often lead to long-lasting negative consequences. Understanding the concept of short-term pleasures are usually characterized by actions or choices that provide instant gratification or a quick burst of joy. These are often fleeting and come from fulfilling desires or impulses such as overeating, procrastination, compulsive shopping, reckless behavior, or engaging in unhealthy relationships. The allure of these pleasures is strong because they offer immediate satisfaction, alleviating boredom, stress, or discomfort for a moment. However, these actions frequently lack foresight, considering neither the potential consequences nor their impact on the future. A classic example of short-term pleasure can be seen in food consumption. Indulging in a sugary treat or fast food might satisfy one's craving in the moment, providing a sense of joy and fulfillment. However, if such indulgences become habitual, they can lead to health issues such as obesity, diabetes, or cardiovascular diseases. The brief satisfaction of taste and the temporary sense of comfort cannot outweigh the long-term health repercussions, thus illustrating how short pleasure can bring long-term pain. The painful consequences of short-term pleasure. The long-term pain that follows short-term pleasures often manifests in various forms: physical, mental, emotional, or even financial. This pain is not merely a result of the pleasure itself, but of the imbalance created by prioritizing immediate gratification over sustainable well-being. For example, physical consequences. Actions such as smoking, drug abuse, or overeating offer immediate relief, escape, or satisfaction. Yet, these pleasures often carry severe long-term health risks. While one may enjoy the initial relaxation from a cigarette or the thrill from drug use, the long-term consequences, cancer, addiction, or a weakened immune system, are far more enduring and difficult to manage. The temporary euphoria pales in comparison to the subsequent struggles, mental and emotional consequences. The rush of excitement or pleasure from procrastination or avoiding responsibilities can lead to stress, anxiety, and a sense of unfulfillment later on. For instance, someone who constantly seeks escapism through short-lived distractions may find themselves overwhelmed by the pile of undone tasks and responsibilities. This leads to guilt, diminished self-esteem, and a sense of inadequacy at financial consequences. Short-term spending, such as impulse purchases or gambling, may offer immediate excitement or satisfaction. However, such actions can lead to long-term financial instability, debt, and even bankruptcy. This financial stress can negatively impact one's quality of life and well-being for years to come. Social and relationship consequences. Indulging in short-term desires, such as infidelity or engaging in dishonest behaviors, can harm relationships irreparably. While there may be a temporary thrill or sense of satisfaction, the long-term consequences, loss of trust, broken families, and damaged reputations, are far more difficult to repair. The psychological underpinnings of short-term pleasure, understanding why people often choose short-term pleasures despite the potential for long-term pain, requires exploring psychological mechanisms such as impulse control, delayed gratification, and reward processing. At the core is the concept of hedonism, the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pain. The human brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid discomfort, leading individuals to gravitate toward activities that offer immediate rewards, even when these may have detrimental long-term effects. The classic marshmallow test, a famous psychological experiment, demonstrates this tendency. In the study, children were given the option to eat one marshmallow immediately or wait a short period and receive 2 marshmallows later. The children who were able to wait and delay gratification tended to have better life outcomes, including higher academic achievement, healthier lifestyles, and greater emotional stability. The experiment illustrates how those who can resist short-term temptations for greater long-term benefits are better equipped to handle challenges and make sound decisions in life. And moreover, short-term pleasures often trigger the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with reward and pleasure. This creates a feedback loop where the brain begins to crave more of the activity to maintain the same levels of satisfaction. This explains why habits like overeating, gambling, or procrastination are so difficult to break. They become ingrained in the brain's reward system, making it challenging to prioritize long-term benefits over immediate satisfaction. Philosophical perspectives on short-term pleasure, the idea that short-term pleasure can lead to long-term pain, is not a new one. It has been explored by philosophers for centuries. The ancient Greek philosopher Epicurus argued that true pleasure is derived not from the indulgence in temporary desires, but from the absence of pain and the cultivation of a tranquil state of mind. In his view, the pursuit of immediate pleasures can disrupt this tranquility, leading to greater suffering in the long run. Similarly, Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of self-control and the dangers of being enslaved by fleeting pleasures. They advocated for rationality, moderation, and the cultivation of virtues such as wisdom and temperance. According to Stoic thought, a person should strive for eudaimonia, a state of flourishing and fulfillment, rather than transient pleasures that can destabilize one's mental and emotional equilibrium. In modern philosophy, the concept of consequentialism is relevant. Consequentialism is the ethical theory that the morality of an action is determined by its outcomes. Applying this to the phrase, one can argue that actions leading to temporary pleasure but causing long-term harm are inherently immoral, as they produce more pain than happiness over time. Real-world examples of short-term pleasures leading to long-term pain: substance abuse. The consumption of alcohol, drugs, or tobacco often begins with the pursuit of short-term pleasure, relaxation, euphoria, or social bonding. However, the long-term impact includes addiction, health deterioration, social isolation, and, in severe cases, premature death. What starts as a temporary escape becomes a source of persistent physical and psychological pain. Overeating and unhealthy diets. Many people indulge in junk food or sugary snacks for immediate gratification. While the taste and temporary comfort are appealing, regular indulgence can lead to obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and other chronic conditions. The fleeting pleasure of taste is overshadowed by years of health complications and reduced quality of life. Procrastination and avoidance. Delaying tasks or responsibilities can provide momentary relief from stress or pressure. However, procrastination often results in rushed work, missed deadlines, and heightened anxiety, creating a cycle of stress and dissatisfaction. The short-term avoidance of discomfort leads to increased long-term distress. Infidelity in relationships. The thrill of infidelity may offer a short-lived sense of excitement or passion. However, it often results in broken relationships, emotional turmoil, and a loss of trust that may never be restored. The temporary pleasure is far outweighed by the long-term pain of severed relationships and personal regrets. Financial mismanagement. Impulse buying or taking on debt for luxury items provides instant gratification, but can lead to financial instability and stress. The short-term enjoyment of material possessions cannot justify years of debt, high interest payments, and the potential loss of financial security. Breaking the cycle. Strategies for prioritizing long-term gains. Over short-term pleasure, recognizing the trade-off between short-term pleasures and long-term pain is the first step toward making better decisions. The following strategies can help individuals make choices that prioritize long-term well-being, mindfulness, and self-awareness. Practicing mindfulness can help individuals recognize their impulses and understand the deeper motivations behind their cravings. By being present and aware, one can make conscious decisions that align with long-term goals rather than succumbing to fleeting desires. At setting clear goals and priorities. Establishing clear, long-term goals can serve as a roadmap for decision-making. When faced with a choice, individuals can ask themselves whether their decision supports or undermines these goals. This approach shifts the focus from immediate gratification to long-term fulfillment, developing self-control and willpower. Self-control is a skill that can be developed over time. Techniques such as the 10-minute rule, where one delays gratification by waiting 10 minutes before acting on an impulse, can strengthen willpower and reduce susceptibility to short-term temptations. Creating healthy habits. Habits are powerful tools for minimizing the impact of short-term desires. By building healthy routines and sticking to them, individuals can create automatic behaviors that support long-term well-being, such as regular exercise, balanced eating, or saving money to positive reinforcement and reward substitution. Finding healthier alternatives to short-term pleasures can help break the cycle. For example, substituting a sugary snack with a healthy option or replacing procrastination with a short, productive activity can provide a sense of satisfaction without the negative consequences.